Oh hi. Dhaka.
The resort in Egypt located in the east of the Sinai Peninsula on the bank of the Aqaba Gulf Red Sea, in 100 km to the north from Sharm el-Sheikh.
In Dhaka there is an old city, called Masbat, the Bedouin village of Asala, the region of new buildings Mubarak, Medina and Dahab's lagoon where expensive hotels and stations of training in windsurfing are located.
The old city consists of the embankment along which closely to each other there are inexpensive kempa, small hotels, restaurants, shops and cafe and also several narrow streets.
It is possible to find ruins of the ancient port belonging to Nabateans in the bay of the city. For quite some time now Dhaka became known as the center of the Russian downshifting. Land of the Sinai Peninsula was developed by ancient Egyptians during an era of the First Dynasty.
3,000 years ago Dhaka was just a group of coastal oases which have remained up to the end of the 1988 years.
The wave of development of tourism and the state program of support of the industry of tourism of Egypt turned Dhaka into the developing resort.
Between the 1st and 2nd centuries BB Nabatean seafarers put the outpost where now there is Dhaka.
You can see the ruins of the beacon and a port fort found in 1987 during archaeological excavations there and now.
Then across the south there passed important caravan tracks, and the settlements getting to this trade chain prospered. Dhaka, being the comfortable port for transportation of goods through the Gulf of Aqaba, it appeared among luckies.
There was a brisk trade in everything that could be on sale and bought, including gemstones, jewelry and gold. Its trade port formed transshipment terminal on trade routes of the Nabatean kingdom and provided delivery of goods to the city of Makna, which was on the opposite side of the Aqaba Gulf, on the bank of Arabian Peninsula.
The settlement of Dizakab is mentioned in the Bible, in the book by Moses, that the region of gold, or gold abundance, means the proximity of places where there were events mentioned in the Bible creates a certain aura to these edges. After disappearance of the Nabatean kingdom, about 800 years ago, in the territory of modern Dhaka several families of nomads Bedouins lodged. In the valley where Dhaka is located, stretching from mountains to an edge of waters of the Red Sea, sand has a golden shade. Probably it also caused the choice of a modern name of the city, in Arab designates gold or gold.
However, a few years ago geologists from the Cairo University conducted a mineralogical research of residual breeds near Dhaka and confirmed that in this area really there is a gold.
However, not in the form of huge nuggets or pots of gold, but nevertheless is. So Dhaka could be really once gold port. On cards of seafarers Dhaka appeared already in later times. The Illustrated Egypt card on the Sinai Peninsula published by the English company, Thales, in 1851 became one of the first cards on which Dhaka was designated. Climate in Dhaka dry and warm. Rains here a rarity, and the windrows doesn't allow to collect to the moisture evaporating from the surface of the sea. Unlike Sharm el-Sheikh, climate here drier and less hot.
Thanks to mountainous coast of the Aqaba Gulf which create a peculiar wind tunnel in Dhaka, 75% of days in a year are wind that pleases windsurfers and the cater gathering here from around the world.
Thanks to wind. Mostly it blows from the north. In Dhaka in the summer not so stuffy and hot as in Sharm el-Sheikh. The opposite coast of Arabian Peninsula is only in 25 km from Dhaka. On so small space large waves, therefore there is no strong surf, characteristic of many other sea resorts here have no place to clear up. The difference of water level at inflows and outlever seldom exceeds 1 meter. Air temperature during the coldest period, January-February, is 20-25 degrees in the afternoon, and in the hottest month, August, exceeds 35-40 degrees and even sometimes reaches 50 degrees. Water temperature at any depth even seldom falls in the winter lower than 21 degrees, and at the end of summer quite often exceeds 28 degrees. The main feature of diving in Dhaka that almost all immersions are made from the coast. There are more than 30 dive websites which maximum depth reaches sometimes 200 and more meters. In the city more than 60 dive enter work. Near Dhaka such known dive sites as the Blue Hole and Canyon are located. Dhaka is one of the largest centers of training in technical diving and commission of immersions on depths up to 200 meters. Dhaka is attractive by the lagoon and good wave conditions on a reef to Winderfer's Lake House in the Old City. Dhaka is interesting to kite surfers of any level of driving, not only almost guaranteed wind, but also an opportunity to be trained, increase the level, or just to get new feelings from the most beautiful places of Sinai. Besides stationary schools of Dhaka, there are also exit programs for nearby spots of Sinai with the excellent wheelchair in different conditions.
Training is provided by the instructors certified by ECO,
International Kiteboarding Organization. The majority of kite spots have a coral, stony or yohisty bottom. It is desirable to ride put. Dhaka has the full-fledged developed structure of the urban-type settlement.
And then there are banks with network of 8 currency exchanges, mail.
There are 2 pressures chamber and the hospital equipped according to the European standards. Extensive network of small supermarkets and drugstores. In all the sources and specified 14-15 days, the hotels, cafe, restaurants and houses which are leased there is an internet. Besides water sports in Dhaka, ecological tourism is developed. Travel on the Sinai Desert on a camel or the Suv, with arrival in street.
Catherine's Monastery and rest on deserted beaches of the Aqaba Gulf, allowing to get acquainted with nomadic life of the Sinai Bedouins are popular.
Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.